Hello guys, welcome to iTutor. Today we will discuss the topic disaster management. It's helpful for your UG3 paper also. It's a current affairs part, and also it's more important in UPSC exams, even in mains also, and that's also in prelims also. Okay. First of all, we will see the what is disaster. Okay, in last video we saw the difference of natural disaster and hazards, and different years in India, what all hazards and disasters we faced, everything we saw in last videos, and today we will do and deal with the disaster management. What is a disaster? A disaster is a result of natural or man-made cause that leads to sudden disruption of normal life, causing severe damage to life and property to extent that available social and economic protection mechanism are inadequate to cope. It is an undesirable occurrence resulting from force that are largely outside human control. It strikes quickly with little or no warning and required major effort in providing statutory emergency service. Okay, so it's a definition for the disaster. Okay, what is disaster? And next we will see classification of disasters. Disasters are classified as per origin into natural and man-made disaster. As per severity, disasters are classified as minor and major in impact. So one is natural and man-made disaster, and next classification is minor and major. Natural disasters are sudden ecological disruption or threats that exceed the adjustment capacity of the affected community or require external assistance. And natural disasters can be broadly classified into categories including geophysical such as earthquake and volcanic eruption, hydrological such as flood, meteorological such as hurricane, climatological such as heat and cold wave and drought, and biological such as epidemics. This chart I just put it on last video. You can follow that chart for this division. Okay, and man-made disasters can include hazards, material spills, fires, groundwater contamination, transportation accidents, structure failure, mining accidents, explosion, and acts of terrorism. And cause for occurrence of disaster. What are the causes for this disaster? One is environmental degradation. Removal of trees and forest cover from a watershed area have caused soil erosion, expansion of floodplain area in upper and middle course of rivers, and groundwater depletion. And next is developmental process. Exploitation of land use, development of infrastructure, rapid urbanization, and technological development have caused increasing pressure over the natural resources. And political issues, war, nuclear power aspiration, fight between countries to become superpower, and conquering land, sea, and skies. These have resulted into wide range of disaster events such as Hiroshima nuclear explosion, Syrian civil war, growing militarization of oceans and outer space. Okay, and industrialization. This has resulted into warming of earth, and frequency of extreme weather event has also increased because of industrialization. And what are the impacts of disaster? Disaster impact individuals physically through loss of life, injury, health, disability. These are the physical loss, and as well as psychologically also. And disaster results in huge economic loss due to destruction of property, human settlements, and infrastructure, etc. And it can alter the natural environment, loss of habitat to many plant and animal, and cause ecological stress that can result in biodiversity loss. After natural disasters, food and other natural resources like water often become scarce, resulting into food and water scarcity. The disaster results in displacement of people, and displaced population often face several challenges in new settlement. In this process, poorer become more poor, and disaster increases the level of vulnerability, and hence multiply the effects of disasters. And what is the vulnerability profile of India in the case of disaster? India is vulnerable in varying degree to large number of disasters. Around 59% of landmass is prone to earthquake of moderate to very high intensity. About 12%, over 40 million hectares of its land is prone to flood and river erosion. Close to 5,700 kilometer out of the 7,516 kilometer long coastline is prone to cyclone and tsunamis. And today also in last week also we saw the two cyclones are affected and what are the result of that cyclone also in news. And 68% of its cultivable areas is vulnerable to droughts, and the hilly areas are at risk from landslide and avalanches. Moreover, India is also vulnerable to chemical, biological, radiological and nuclear CRBN emergencies and other man-made disasters. And disasters risk in India are further compounded by increasing vulnerability related to changing demographies and social economic condition, unplanned urbanization, development with high risk zones and environmental degradation, climate change, geological hazards, epidemics and pandemics. Nowadays we are facing the epidemic of COVID-19. All of you know that. And it's a huge disaster in our country is facing nowadays. All of you follow the news of COVID-19 about their vaccine. Also, these are the current affairs question you can expect it. And even the economy also facing, and lots of people have they don't have job because of lockdown is there, and they are facing their daily problems also. Daily wages workers are facing more problem. In even in political and socio-economic way, India is facing because of COVID-19 pandemic. Even last year it started. All of you know that. So please follow that news day by day. I will also update in between, but it's a continuous process now. It's not the end. So that's why. Okay. And also two cyclones are faced, and today also one of the cyclone and in Orissa and West Bengal is facing the after effect. So please follow these kind of news, and question may come from the current affairs part. So follow the newspaper thoroughly, Hindu or whatever newspaper you are comfortable with. Even at least you follow the Malayalam newspaper. I'm not suggesting Malayalam newspaper or any language newspaper, even in Hindi. So please follow the in English newspaper, Hindu, or other Times of India, like Hindustan Times, like that. Follow that. And also one current affairs magazine also, it will help you for your current affairs part. And clearly all these contribute to okay, come to our point. Okay, clearly all this contribute to a situation where disasters seriously threaten India's economy, its population and sustainable development. And what are the stages in disaster management? Disaster management efforts are geared towards disaster risk management. Disaster risk management implies the systematic process of using administrative decision, organization, operational skills and capacities to implement policies, strategies and coping capacities of the society and the communities to lessen the impact of natural hazards and related environmental and technological disaster. These comprise all forms, all activities including structural and non-structural measures to avoid prevention or to limit mitigation and preparedness adverse effect of hazards. And there are three key stages of activities in disaster management. Before a disaster, to reduce the potential for human, material or environmental losses caused by hazards, and to ensure that these losses are minimized when disaster strikes. And during a disaster, to ensure that the needs and provisions of victims are met to alleviate and minimize suffering, and after disaster to achieve rapid and durable recovery which does not reproduce the original vulnerable condition. Okay, so three stages are mainly before disaster, during disaster, and after disaster, and the different phases of disaster management are represented in a disaster cycle diagram that I just put it in last slide. Okay, just follow, and in last video also I put it in that diagram. You follow that diagram, you will easily catch the phases of the disaster. That is the disaster management, NDA नेशनल डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट का वो डायग्राम है, because they are following this phases. Okay, how the preparedness before disaster and warning is there, and during the disaster how emergency will handle, and after the disaster how the recovery will do. These all are the steps given by NDA. Next slide is disaster risk reduction, that is DRR. Disaster risk reduction is the concept and practice of reducing disaster risk through systematic effort to analyze and reduce the casual factors of disaster. There is pre-disaster risk reduction include and pre-disaster phase include mitigation and preparedness to eliminate or reduce the impact and risk of hazards through proactive measures taken before an emergency or disaster occurred. That is the before disaster phase. Okay, preparedness is to take steps to prepare and reduce the effect of disaster. And post disaster risk reduction include rescue, providing warning, evacuation, search, rescue, providing immediate assistance, and relief to respond to communities who become victim of disaster, providing relief measures such as food packets, water, medicine, temporary accommodation, relief camps, etc. This is during the disaster they will do. And recovery is this is the stage to emphasize upon recovery of victims of disaster, recovery of damaged infrastructure, and repair of damage caused. That is after the disaster phase. And now we will see challenges in the disaster risk reduction. Okay, there are insufficient level of implementation for each monitored activities. For example, disaster risk management plan or risk sensitive building code exists, but they are not enforced because of a lack of government capacity or public awareness. And this is lack of local capacity to implement the disaster risk management. Weak capacity at the local level undermine the implementation disaster preparedness plan. And absence of integration of climate changing into disaster risk management plan. There is divergence of obtaining political and economic commitments due to other competing needs and priorities such as poverty reduction, social welfare, education, etc. required greater attention and funding. Due to poor coordination between stakeholders, and there is inadequate access with respect to risk assessment, monitoring, early warning, disaster response, and other disaster related activities. And insufficient investment in building disaster resilient strategies. Also, private sector are least contributors in the share of investment. And there is such a sustainable development goals in the disaster risk reduction. Okay, we discussed the sustainable development goals. In between there is a disaster risk reduction in sustainable development goals. We will see one goal 1, that is target 1.5, which related to building the resilience of the poor, further strengthen the position of the disaster risk reduction as a core development strategy for ending extreme poverty. Okay, that's the goal 1. And goal 2, target 2.4 supports the immediate need to advance action in mainstream disaster risk reduction and climate adaptation into agriculture sector planning and investment in order to promote resilient livelihood, food production, and ecosystem. And goal 3, it is related to strengthening early warning and risk reduction of national and global health risk, present an opportunity to further action to promote resilient health. And goal 4 is focusing on building and upgrading education facilities and promoting education for sustainable development, contribute significantly to resilience building in the education sector. And goal 6 is to related to protecting and restoring water related ecosystem will significantly contribute to strengthening the resilience of communities to water related hazards. And goal 9 is it's related to developing sustainable and resilient infrastructure development are vital not only to protect exist infrastructure but also future infrastructure investment. And goal 11 is there, and action target under this goal there is 11.1, 11.3, 11.4, 11.5, 11.b and c, focusing on upgrading urban slums, integrated urban planning, reducing social and economic impact of disaster risk, building the resilience of urban poor, adopting and implementing the urban policies in line with the Sentai framework, and building sustainable and resilient urban infrastructure strategic opportunities to ensure the increased capacity to support cities, to protect current and future development prospect, and to build safer, more resilient cities throughout the world. And goal 13 is the target action under this goal, focusing on strengthening resilience and adaptive capacity building and integrating climate change measures into policies and plans, awareness raising on climate adaptation and early warning. It's under target 13.1, 13.3 and 13.8 to B. It provides opportunities to strengthen the integration between disaster and climate resilience and to protect border development path at all levels. And 14 it target for focusing on sustainable management and protection as well as strengthening resilience of marine and coastal ecosystem, can contribute to reducing the disaster risk and increase in demand for healthy marine and coastal ecosystem. And goal 15 it target action is 15.1 and 4 and 9, focus on managing and restoring forest, combating land degradation and desertification, conserving mountain ecosystem and their biodiversity, and integrating ecosystem and biodiversity values into national and local planning, development process, poverty reduction strategies. These targets are also in line with the Sentai framework focus on building environmental resilience through the inclusion of ecosystem in risk analysis and planning. Okay, this is a diagram I mentioned in before, that is a disaster management cycle, how they will do preparedness is there, and when the time of disaster there is emergency, and there is prevention, mitigation are there, and reconstruction also after the disaster happened. So this is that cycle, and please follow it. If you have any doubts you can mail on itutor.com to gmail.com, and you can also comment it on comment box. Do like our video and subscribe our channel.